Welcome everyone to my review of Iron Man from the Avengers line. This is from Marvel Select, and like all the other figures I reviewed, this comes in a massive box. It appears to have a stand on the inside. Hawkeye came with a stand, Hulk didn't, and I wasn't a big fan of the Hawkeye stand like I mentioned in my other review, so I'm hoping the stand serves a good purpose and a nice posability for Iron Man. For the box itself, you've got Iron Man. The logo here is just Iron Man's face. I would have preferred the arc reactor as a symbol. At the side, you got some nice art of Iron Man. I believe that's the Mark 7 armor. Am I right? This is the Mark 6. That's the Mark 7 later on in the movie. Could be wrong. Correct me in the comment section if I am. At the back, you get a preview of Hulk and Hawkeye. Both figures I have and reviewed, so you can go back through my channel and check those out. You got some information here on Tony Stark. Just going through the first two movies and a little synopsis of the Avengers, but we've all seen the movies, you don't need to know that. Up there we have a preview of what the figure will look like posed. The background looks nice, so let's open this baby up. Macho man, I want to be a macho man. This is Iron Man out of his box. It's a cool looking figure, but there's a few problems I have with it. So I'm going to go into a little bit of detail. With this figure, I thought you could push the helmet down, which would have been nice. Like in the movie, it just goes boom, closes, but you have to actually take it off like so. Oh, it fell. My bad. Yeah, so there is two little pegs here, and they fit in the top of the helmet. And there's also two pegs in Tony's head. So it looks like someone was playing around with Tony's brain, drilling inside him, trying to take his genius mind or something. Then you just plug these two in. It's kind of tough to get them in, and I'm afraid that these plugs might snap or something, the pieces of plastic. But here it is with the mask on, and it does look very nice. But then on top you just have two holes. So it does make the figure look kind of stupid in a way. Another problem I have is at the side. You can't see it on this cam, but with your naked eye you can see that there's a hollow piece here. And you can see a bit of Tony Stark's face, and it kind of ruins the illusion of the mask being on him. So I don't think there was a great deal of thought put into this helmet feature, but it does look nice when you're just posing it, I guess. This sort of looks like Tony Stark, but not really. I mean, if you stare at it long enough, you will you'll question it. It does and it doesn't. Another thing I don't like is there's a bit of paint here that's kind of marked on his cheek. Bit of black paint, and it's his face. Just don't be careful with the paint apps, okay? People are paying money for this, and doing shoddy paint like this, it's bad work. This is a Iron Man figure from the first movie, and the helmet just comes off like so. So much better, I think. Of course, the face looks nothing like Robert Downey Jr. It looks like a really chubby Asian man. Another feature this figure offers us is the back part of the armor flipping up, and you know, shoots missiles and whatnot, or it makes him fly or changes direction in his flight. I'm not 100% sure what that does again. It's a cool feature, but the right piece comes off way too easily. when you rotate his left arm, this comes off every time. Rotate, move, rotate. But it's not doing it here, but most times this will pop off, or it will, like I just showed you there, it will just rise above. And the left side, it just kind of doesn't click in, but it kind of molds in nicely, where if you move the left, his right hand, it doesn't affect this feature at all. I'm guessing the problem is this is a bit too long compared to this. You can see there's a length difference, and the ball joint here is just a bit tad too small. As for the articulation, the head can move left and right, just enough to give a look, you know, some perspective on things. Of course, with the thick armor, I wouldn't expect full head rotation. The arms can do 360 degrees. Oh, see what that just happened here? Piece of the shoulder armor just came off. I'll move on anyway. The torso can move left and right. Again, give him some nice room to pose. One thing I like here on the knees, which can bend. Let's get a close and look at that. There's some nice detail here in the knee. It's just not plain. There's actually like little, appears to be little red squares here. Nice little paint app. Beautiful detail. That's what I like about this figure. It does have some wonderful detail, but the move, when you move it around, it just kind of falls apart. The hip can, well, the whole leg can do a 360 degrees. Can move at the hip here, and the leg or the foot can slightly pivot. The color scheme on this figure is fantastic. It's a nice shiny color of paint, gold, red, grey to break up some parts. Another crappy paint job on the armor here, and you get two spare hands with this figure, and with the same balled fist. Where is it? Another blotch of paint there. It appears to be blue. No, that won't come off. But just when a bit of crappy paint gets on the armor, it just takes the nice look off the armor that is beautifully again painted and just looks metallic and nice. But what's with the crappy paint apps, especially for a figure I paid €20 for? It just makes you feel a bit empty inside. Both hands are the exact same as on the figure. You can just switch them around. I'm going to put this on his right hand and take away the balled fist, so both of his hands look like this. You'll have that I'm about to blast you in the face pose. This is the base you get with Tony Stark, Iron Man, and it is wonderful. It's nicely compact. It's got a nice shiny coat to it. It looks nice and metallic. I'm going to pose a figure in a second in this and see how it looks, but it is a magnificent background. I love it. This is what I'm talking about. This figure looks amazing when it's posed. I switched the hands, so now he looks like he's about to get into some action. The background looks brilliant with this figure. It complements it. If you're a person that plays with action figures, I would probably skip on this guy because bits tend to fall off here and there. It's not great to play with. But if you're like me and you just want to pose your figures, this is the guy you want to get. It looks very nice, and just make sure when you get it that well, actually you can open the box in the store. I just hope you're one of the lucky ones that doesn't have any faults or crappy paint apps I had. Overall, I give this figure 7 fingers out of 10. unfortunately the paint apps, the face sculpt, and the bits that fall off bug me, so that's it. If you want to check out my other reviews from the Avengers line, just go through my channel. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Good day, all.